Hi, in this video we are going to discuss about structured directives. So directive is nothing but a set of instruction to DOM, or say structured directive are the directive or some information to add or remove HTML element from the DOM. Component are kind of such instruction in the DOM. Once we place the selector of our component somewhere in the template, we are instructing Angular to add component of our component template and business layer, which is our TS file, in the place where we use the selector. So we are instructing Angular, hey Angular, please add our component in the template on the behalf of certain condition. They will add it out, and always the structure directive start with star symbol. So star symbol represent he, it's a structure directive which is really going to change the property of DOM. So let me put some kind of notes over here. So directives or mainly structural directives are the set of instruction to Angular about which element in HTML have to add or remove on basis of certain condition. And then also directives start with star symbol, so it represents it's a structural directive which is going to change DOM in HTML. So that's is all about theoretical. So let me move toward the thing. What are the directives? So we also have some inbuilt directives. So let me put as in build directives, namely say we have ng if, we have ng switch, and then we have ng for loop over here. So these two are conditionally directive on the behalf of some certain condition. They are adding or removing the element, but ng4 we have to render the list of element in the HTML. So there we can use ng4. So I'm writing it down in the comment also, as we have conditional directives. So let me also copying this out for the below one so you can remember this thing. And also in the ng4 I'm putting this thing as we have that list of elements in HTML. Let me save this out and we'll show you. Let me show our project is running. So as you can see over here, we are going to make some changes. So here if I go above in the dev component.html, we also don't need this thing, so I'm commenting out this, saving out this thing. As well on the test component, that HTML also currently we don't need, so I'm commenting out this thing. Move toward the dev component. So I'm describing one property, or let me also show you how ng if directive will work. So I don't need this test component HTML. I only need dev component HTML as well as the TS file. So let me show you one more thing. What are the syntax for same? So say we are simply going to say h2 and say hi, I am from CodeMe over here. Let me save this. As you can see, if you click on inspect, and you can see that h2 tag is present over here. But if you go to the code and put, let me show you what are the syntax for ng if directive. Start followed by ng, and then in the camel case if, and then assigning to value whatever you want to say. I'm currently assigning the hard-coded value, and if you go over here, you can see nothing is there. If you also inspect on the source, then inside the approved component inside the div, you can see here ng binding is false, and that thing also not added to the HTML. Say it's a bit different from previously we have also run on the basis of say property binding. It's bit different. In the property binding it will show that this thing is disabled, but here the HTML or the particular element is also not added in the HTML render code. Say you can if put the value to true and go over here, that thing is added. See, if I go to the aspect, say is ng reflect ng if true, that's why it's added this thing. So let me also show you. Here I have hard coded this thing, so let me also say we have display say name, and then I'm assigning this to as true, and also I'm assigning this to as boolean values is only there because we are using type strip. We are also defining that strictly type variables. It's up to you. If you want to provide, it will be okay for you. If you didn't provide, it will work. Let me go to the dev component and provided this display name over here using Control C, and I'm pasting out this thing. Save over here and see it's render, and here see I'm not changing this thing. We are simply changing the value true to false. Let me save this and go to the browser. No tag is there. See on the app root you can go to div and check. It's a ng reflect ng will be false. So in every programming language, if some if condition is there, then also there is some kind of else condition. Here in the Angular ng if also they have provided the else condition on the basis of that ng template. Let me show you. So here we are creating this ng template. So let me create as ng and template over here. I'm giving this name as else block, and also in the h2 tag I'm assigning hi, I am from YouTube. Let me save this thing and move toward the browser. See, nothing will be shown here because I haven't added this else block in the ng if statement. So how you can add this? You can add this using semicolon and then giving the else. So if this thing is not true, then move towards the else condition, which is else block, and just copying this out and pasting out there. Save this. See over here, hey, I am from YouTube. See, and if I go over here and change this thing to true, save this, and also you can see over here, hi, I am from CodeMe. So that way you can work with ng if condition or else condition. We also have a very special directive for ng if. Let me show you. So let me also creating one more template ng and then say template, and then I'm putting the value as then block over here, and in the h2 tag I'm putting hi, I am from CodeMe. Save this thing, and also putting in the comments, and I'm describing one more thing as say h2 over here, and same I'm using the above condition. Okay, let me copy it out this thing, but instead of using h2 I'm using div over here, and also I'm assigning that ng if condition to say display name, and say over here I'm assigning as if this statement is true then follow then block, or if this condition is false then follow else block. And also let me close that div, so backslash div, save this out and go to your HTML. Say hi, I am from CodeMe, and if you change that property true to false over here, you can see hi, I am from YouTube. So that's how this thing will work. If you know about ternary operator in any other programming language, so what ternary operator will do, so this is our expression, whether if it's true then it will follow this block, if not then it will follow this block. So how this thing will work, so if this thing is true then it will go to the if block, and if this thing is not true, then we'll follow the then block. So here then and else are the keyword, and then block and else block are the user defined block. We can also change over here as say if, and here I'm changing to e block. So if you change this thing also to if, and this thing simply as e block, so it will going to work. See over here, hi, I am from YouTube. If I change the value over here to true, see simply, hi, I am from CodeMe, so this thing will work. And here also simply we are defining once like very simple kind of project over here. So let me define a button over here and say this button is nothing but say show name button. So show name button, simply show name. Let me save this out and just go to the, okay, show name button is there, but say let me introduce some CSS. We are already using that bootstrap CSS, so I'm using button btn slash primary, and let me save out this and go to the browser. You can see, okay, now say here I'm writing this thing as my name, which is Hari, and also say I'm putting hi Hari, and here I'm show as name is say hidden. Let me save this thing and say if this condition is true, then it will show my name. If this condition is hidden, that it will not show my name. So let me go to the browser, and here I'm creating as display name function over here, and I'm describing this function as this dot say display name, and putting this thing to false whenever the function is called. And also let me print this value of console dot log over here as say I'm using as function false, and also I'm putting the value over here as we have this dot display name, and I'm also using set timeout function. So set timeout function over here and putting the gap as 2 seconds, and also I'm replacing this value over here to basically true. Okay, let me first put it as true because the name will be hidden, and then I'm assigning, okay, false over here, and then I'm assigning this value to true so that it can show my name, and then at the end I'm returning these to false after certain interval of time, which is 2 millisecond, and also putting as console.log over here, so you can see. And here I'm putting as set time out false, and also same I'm printing in the console. So this dot using display name, just go to the browser and you can say name is hidden. And if you go to the console over here, let me clear this console, and if you say show name, and then it will show. Okay, let me, like, we haven't introduced that event binding on our button, so let me introduce this event binding. On the click, it will call the function. So let me copy this function and then paste it down over here and save this out and go to the browser, let it refresh, and as you can see over here, name is hidden and also the value is false over here. If we click on show name, say hi Hari, and then after 2 seconds it will say name is hidden. So if you can like put it as how many times, so it will say show the name for 2 seconds, and then after that it will just simply hide the name. See over here. So that's how that our ng if directive will work. In the next video, I'm going to discuss about ng switch structure directive. So thanks for watching this video. We'll see you in the next video.